Let's talk about the 449 just to begin with. How do we get to 449?
Sure. Well, all the pricing on our produce and across the stores are strictly on a cost-plus basis. We know what the cost of goods is, and we add the gross profit margin that's required, and that's how the number came to be. But just so you know, we've probably just like every other retailer across the United States, we've contacted our major suppliers and told them that this is embarrassing us and we need to get better pricing. And we have indeed been able to secure better pricing on a number of items.
How responsive are they right now? If Jeff Bezos calls those suppliers, I imagine they pick up the phone. When Avi Kana calls them, how responsive are they?
Well, you know, we're very important to the suppliers that we have. Obviously, Amazon is a much larger buyer than we are.
Yeah.
But remember, Whole Foods has about 400 stores. There are many supermarket chains in the United States with far greater footprints. Many chains with over 1,000 stores. Kroger has 2,600. Walmart has over 4,000 stores. Our relationship on the distribution side is with Wakefern ShopRite, which also has about $16 billion in revenue. So our purchasing power is similar to Whole Foods' purchasing power, certainly not Amazon's.
Which raises a really good point that John was really touching on, is that how are you going to avoid a price war when you end up having Amazon with very deep pockets, with investors that don't mind lack of profitability taking on the market with Whole Foods? I mean, how do you avoid that?
Sure. Well, let me respond by sharing with you that there's a difference between reducing the price on a small number of items and reducing the price across the board. Monday morning, when I saw your tweet, like any other business owner in the United States, we wake up in the morning, we check our emails before we get out of bed, just to make sure nothing bad happened overnight. And I saw your tweet comparing our prices. You can imagine my reaction. I then spoke to my daughter, Julia, who's starting her career at Booz Allen in Washington this week. She told me this. She said she and her friends were, quote, freaking out that the price of avocados has gone down. And this was a real wake-up call for us. We sent our supervisors into a number of Whole Foods stores. We looked at avocados in particular and bananas, and we discovered that in the produce, there are about 6 items that they, quote, permanently reduce the price on. But out of 400 SKUs in the produce department, that's 1.5% of the items. But I've got to tell you, they are absolutely masterful at public relations. Headlines across the country highlighted the up to 43% reductions. And consumers, any rational consumer in the United States, will want to go to Whole Foods and see what this is about.